Baltimore Ravens. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Play action. It's Kaepernick. And incomplete to open things up. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it'll be second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll get this off to Swift. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. This time Jackson will throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They run out of the gun with Swift. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Flushed out right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
A pitch comes to Dobbins.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Play action. Now Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Romeo Okwara in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's him. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. Room here to run. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Escaping the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On 2nd down, Swift. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And finally, he's taken down at the 18.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Eluding the Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Good defense holds it to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it, and they do so right there.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kaepernick going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Tracy Walker.
Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
2nd down and 8.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jamie Collins came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. They'll run with Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Once again, it's Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. And he rifles one incomplete. And Khalif Raymond was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Kaepernick now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. Now Kaepernick. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now Kaepernick. Got to have this one.
Throw caught by Raymond.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Kaepernick to throw.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That second down play nets a -4. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, Kaepernick.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again.
That catch good for only a couple. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Derek Wolfe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Derek Wolfe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down. Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Ravens, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next.